The Atlantic hurricane season is heating up, with activity ramping up across the basin as we move deeper into the summer months. As we approach its peak in early September, the atmosphere becomes more favorable for storm development, and meteorologists are on high alert. Today, August 21st, we're tracking Hurricane Erin far out at sea, churning over the open Atlantic and serving as a reminder of the season's potential. In addition, two new disturbances have caught the attention of forecasters. One located just east of the Lesser Antilles, and another, Invest 99L, which has just emerged off the coast of Africa, beginning its journey across the Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center is watching both closely, analyzing satellite data and computer models to predict their paths and potential for strengthening. This is the time of year when tropical waves rolling off Africa can quickly organize and intensify into tropical storms or even hurricanes, sometimes in just a matter of days. The disturbance near the Lesser Antilles could organize by the weekend, with conditions becoming more favorable for development as it moves westward. For now, neither system poses an immediate threat to land, but their progress will be watched carefully in the coming days. A dip in the jet stream should steer the northern disturbance away from the U.S., providing some relief for coastal communities. But even storms that remain offshore can generate dangerous surf and rip currents, so beachgoers should remain cautious. This is classic Cabo Verde season, a period when powerful waves roll off the African coast and have plenty of warm water to fuel their growth. These waves can travel thousands of miles across the Atlantic, crossing vast stretches of warm ocean, which acts like high-octane fuel for developing storms. Sometimes these systems grow into major hurricanes, capable of impacting land thousands of miles from where they began. Invest 99L is the latest wave to watch, and its future path and strength remain uncertain. Meteorologists are analyzing its environment for signs of development, looking at wind patterns, sea surface temperatures, and atmospheric moisture. The next few weeks are critical, as this is historically the most active stretch of hurricane season, with conditions primed for rapid changes. We'll be tracking every change, providing updates as new information comes in and storms evolve. Stay alert. Conditions are ripe for new storms to form quickly, sometimes with little warning. Every system deserves respect and close monitoring, no matter how far from land it may be. The heart of hurricane season is here, and vigilance is key as we watch the tropics for what comes next. Let's zoom in on Invest 99L, a system that's just beginning to catch the attention of meteorologists around the world. This disturbance, sitting just off the coast of Africa, is where many of the Atlantic's most powerful storms are born. When a system is labeled Invest, it means experts are giving it special attention, tracking its every move for signs of tropical development. At this stage, Invest 99L is a broad area of low pressure, with clusters of thunderstorms swirling in a somewhat chaotic pattern. But ahead of it lies a vast expanse of warm Atlantic waters, fuel for any storm hoping to grow stronger. If the environmental conditions, like wind shear and moisture, line up just right, this system could gradually organize and intensify as it drifts westward across the ocean. The next 48 hours are crucial. Meteorologists will be watching satellite imagery and wind data closely to see if Invest 99L forms a closed circulation, the first step toward becoming a tropical depression. Right now, the National Hurricane Center gives it a medium chance of development in the short term, but that could change quickly. If Invest 99L fails to organize, it may weaken or even dissipate as it battles dry air and unfavorable winds while crossing the Atlantic. This is the first real test for Invest 99L. For now, we're watching every development, waiting to see if this seed will grow into something much bigger. Invest 99L faces a tough road ahead. As it moves west, it will encounter the Saharan air layer, dry, dusty air that can choke off storm development. On top of that, strong wind shear is forecast, which can tear apart a developing system. Most computer models agree. Dry air and wind shear will likely prevent 99L from becoming a named storm in the next week. Still, tropical systems can be resilient. If 99L survives the central Atlantic, conditions could improve near the Caribbean in early September. It's a long shot, but we'll keep tracking it until it dissipates or develops. The environment is hostile, but surprises can happen. The story isn't over yet. Hurricane Erin, still spinning in the Atlantic, has left a cold wake, a lingering reminder of its power and presence as it churns through the open ocean. This trail of cooler water stretches across the Atlantic, sapping energy from any storms that try to follow in Aaron's path, including the much-watched Invest 99L. On top of that, dry, dusty air from Africa and persistent wind shear are working together to make development even harder for 99L, stifling its chances to organize. As a result, August has been noticeably quieter than average so far, with only 2 named storms forming in the Atlantic Basin. Those storms are Dexter and Aaron, both of which have already made their mark this season. Typically, August brings about 4 named storms, with 2 of them usually reaching hurricane strength, so we're running behind the usual pace. If this slow pace continues, it'll mark the 3rd August in the past 4 years with below-average tropical activity, a trend that's caught the attention of meteorologists. But don't let the calm fool you. The peak of hurricane season is still ahead, and things can change quickly as conditions shift. The next names on the list waiting to be used are Fernand and Gabrielle. These names could soon be in the headlines if new storms develop in the coming weeks. With ocean temperatures still warm and atmospheric conditions expected to become more favorable, we could see more storms forming soon. Stay tuned as the season ramps up. There's still plenty of action ahead in the Atlantic. As we track systems like Invest 99L, remember, the most active part of hurricane season is just beginning. September 10th is the statistical peak, and the coming weeks often bring the strongest storms. Don't be lulled by a quiet August. Now is the time to check your hurricane plan and supplies. Each new wave off Africa could become a threat, so stay informed through the National Hurricane Center and local officials. Preparation is key to safety. Even if 99L fizzles, more storms are likely on the way. We'll keep watching the tropics and bring you updates. Stay vigilant. The peak is coming.